Hey guys, this is a tear down video. It's from one of my favorite email marketers named Andre Chaperon. And I am going to take you through one of his email. And the topic, I think, an appropriate topic for this video is how to create tension and suspense in your email. Although we are going to go a little beyond this topic, but I think the core topic is storytelling and creating tension, creating some kind of a suspense through your emails. Is that even possible? Because we are usually used to seeing movies and TV series create this kind of a tension, but Andre Chaperon is someone who creates a similar kind of a tension and suspense in his emails. So I'll start sharing my screen and take you through the specifics of this email. Before that, just a context. This is an email from 2019. That was the first time when I had signed up for Andre's newsletter. This is actually not a newsletter. It's more of a free course that I had subscribed to, and of course, then Andre after some point pitches his paid course in the email series. I'll be taking you through only one email and talk about how he is creating this tension in his email. Yeah, just know that this is our first this would have been like the first interaction that I had with Andre, and that's why the email needed to be impactful, because otherwise I would have completely ignored him. So it was crucial that he gets his email right and gets me hooked on to his email sequence. So that's a bit of context. I will now start sharing my screen and actually take you through his email. um, so now you can see, so the subject line is not very unique, I would say. It just says upgrade email part 1 of 4. So no points for headlines, but that's the kind of a marketer Andre Chaperon is. He does not believe too much in writing attractive headlines. The content really matters though. So try to get the elements of storytelling as he's going through this email. So he says, "Hey Pranav, so a buck gets 10. Your understanding of how to really help level up your marketing. How do I put it nicely? Somewhat flawed." So now what he's doing in the first part of the email is basically criticizing the the status quo, the way things are being done right now. Okay, so he is saying that your current email marketing game is somewhat flawed, or very very flawed. So he's hitting us with a punch, saying that you are currently playing a wrong email game. And then he goes on to elaborate by explaining that game. So he says that you typically have a lead generation page, and then you have you have an email service provider like Mailchimp, Constant Contact, etc. And then you have the autoresponder emails, and then you have broadcast emails. And then he says that no, this kind of an approach does not work anymore. I like this part because he's very polarizing. So he's directly saying to you that, hey, this kind of an approach won't work, which is just like a polarizing thing, will attract a lot of people and repel others, or the other way around, it will repel most of the people and attract only a few people. That's what he's doing. So if you are someone who feels that, okay, this is not the game that I want to be playing, you're hooked onto this. So that's certainly attention grabbing. Again, if you look at a movie, always starts with an action movie typically, or a suspense movie, or a thriller. It typically starts with some kind of a um, unique hook like this. And what the other thing, so the lesson number 2 that Andre does is that he borrows credibility. So right now, he's taking Albert Einstein and taking his quote. Then he goes on to say the so we'll talk about. So I'll just go ahead a little bit. And again, if you know digital marketing, Ryan Dice. So the owner of digitalmarketer.com, the CEO of digitalmarketer.com, he has said um, good things about Andre, which is what he's including here. Okay, there is also one more screenshot where there is one person named Charles who is saying good things about Andre. Now this is crucial because this is my first interaction with Andre, and he is saying that, hey, you know what, big people in the industry are saying good things about me, which means that he's borrowing credibility. I have seen a lot of experts not use this feature, that they only talk about what they want, but don't really try to figure it out from a copywriting standpoint or from a storytelling standpoint. And we human beings, we love social proof. We love to see, if we feel that okay, others are appreciating this guy's business, then maybe it's really good. And so we would also start appreciating this guy's business. So borrowing credibility, I think, is the second great thing, or the third great thing. I lost track, but yeah, that's another thing that Andre is doing really well. The next thing is that Andre is extremely conversational with his copy. So I think an example of that would be, so he gives a promise: from doing a better job of using email to effectively build a loyal following of super fans, lots more. Whoa, 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 Andre. That's the sound of my lawyer about to develop a serious bout of hives. He doesn't like me making promises I can't control. So, Andre is basically involving his lawyer. He's making it extremely conversational. He's making it extremely funny, which again, like, we tend to be very serious with our content. We tend to just uh, vomit on a page and take that content and make an email out of it, but not Andre. Andre wants to make it entertaining. He wants to keep it conversational. And now the core of the video, so I did say that this email is more about creating tension than anything else. So as I come down, and then again we go through the credibility part. As I come down, then he says, so first what he does, he attacks the old game, which is classic storytelling, that the old game doesn't work anymore. If you just want to create a squeeze page and a landing page and then have autoresponder emails, is not going to work for you. Okay, then what he does is that he suggests, he teases a new way. So he says that, in these emails I may reveal how my customers, clients, and I have created very successful email campaigns, right? So he's now teasing it. And then he says he's earning credibility. Okay, but he's not really talked about how he's doing that, how he's getting those emails, how he's writing those emails, what's his process. He hasn't spoken about that at all. Then he says, after the credibility part, he says, with me so far? Anywho, I've been rambling on for far too long in this email. Let's hook up tomorrow, same place, same time. We'll ratchet up the nitty-gritty stuff then. So as you can see, he has started something but has not ended it. Now I'm curious. I'm curious to know that, okay, you have already told me what I'm doing wrong. You have earned the credibility, but how do I, like, what's next for me? How do I improve my game? So for that, he has, just like a TV series, ends with a cliffhanger. There is a moment where, it's almost, in every thriller or action series, you see that the end of the episode is, they don't complete the loop. They keep the loop open. They do not want to release the tension. They want to keep the tension open so that you come and watch the next episode. Similarly, he has kept the tension open. He has said that let's hook up tomorrow. He has not given us lesson, and this is huge, because even I am guilty of this. I tend to give everything in my email without motivating the user, the subscriber, to open the next email. So that's something that I personally need to change, and maybe so do you. Then again, there is some funny stuff in the PS section, and that's it. So to wrap it up, what are a few takeaways from, or what's the summary? The summary is, attack the status quo, be polarizing. Don't try to play the safe email game, because if you try to please everyone, then your emails are going to be boring. Showcase your authority, borrow credibility from other people. Third is, be conversational and humorous and funny, write like you talk. And the last thing is, create tension using open loops, which I think perhaps is the biggest takeaway from today. Create tension. Keep a loop open. Say that you will cover this loop in the next email, not directly, but by creating this tension indirectly or subtly. That's it. This was the breakdown. This was the teardown of Andre Chaperon's email, the first email of his welcome series. And I hope you find this useful. Thanks.